So I just wanted to jump on with you guys and show you guys how I make an apple crisp. I had some apples I didn't use, and tonight we made my Bearwalla brisket. So we kind of were wanting something sweet. So I was gonna just whip up an apple crisp really quick, and this is just something really easy. It just takes these ingredients. So I'm gonna show y'all how to do it really quick. Okay, I already cut these apples up earlier when I was waiting on the brisket. So they're just a little brown. I did add a little lemon, but it didn't work. But anyways, so this is the apples. I cut up about 3 pounds, which was about 6 to 8 apples. Just sliced them up small. I don't like them in big chunks. Put them in a 9 by 12 pan. And then I'm just gonna slice 2 sticks of butter and just place the butter all over. It does take quite a bit. I am using a yellow cake mix with this, so it does take a little bit more butter because I am using the cake mix. You do not have to use the cake mix. If you want a little bit healthier version, you can skip that part and use 1 stick of butter. Cook with the apples and a little bit of brown sugar just for a little bit, then add the topping and skip the cake mix and skip a stick of butter. But I'm just gonna do it like that. I'm gonna put it in the oven. I'm gonna bake it for about 5 to 8 minutes just to cook the apples just a little bit and to melt the butter really good. And then I'm gonna come back and spread the cake mix over it. Okay, so I ended up cooking this about, I think it was probably about 12 minutes in the oven at 375. You can cook a little bit longer if you want them a little bit more tender. I like them a little bit more crispy. But you can see the butter's all melted. So when we add the cake mix, it'll really absorb in the butter. I may change my recipes I attach just a little bit. That's only because I've been married 35 years next month, and I just don't cook with recipes very often. When I started off married, I had a very small budget cooking, and so I had to make do with what I had. And this literally, like this, for instance, you know, the budget's changed a little bit, but with growing a big garden and my husband hunting and things like that, I've just kind of come up with recipes and stuff that I have in my kitchen or my pantry at the time. And I literally just, these apples were going bad, and I hate to waste anything. So, I just make up my own stuff. So, and my girls and my husband normally will eat it. So they've been after me for years to write down my recipes. So I'm trying, and this was kind of part of it. As I make it, I'm trying to write down the recipes, and I'll do a video to share with you guys. They've been trying to talk me into doing this for years, so here I am. But, so I may change it just a little bit in the recipe, but you can't really fail. It's super easy. You don't have to add the cake mix, like I said earlier. You can skip that. Just skip a stick of butter. But I just add the cake mix. You don't really have to spread it out. I'll just kind of make sure everything's kind of evenly covered. And then you can kind of make we'll make the topping for it. But just like, for instance, the other day, my husband took some of the Cubs candied jalapenos I made in a video. I don't know if it'll be after this one, before, but and everybody, he took some to work, and everybody wanted some. So I was like, my recipe's a little different from some of the others, so I like, oh, I gotta figure out a recipe for it. So I literally made it that night, put them some in the little containers for him to take to work, and I had to type them out a recipe really quick, so I just did a video. So that's kind of how this is working for me. So I'm new at this, so if y'all be patient with me. I'm trying to get it all in order, but we're gonna make the topping. So I melted a stick of butter, and then we're gonna add, I did 2 sticks in here, but you can do a stick. I just like a lot of toppings. So just if you want more topping, you add 2 sticks. But I called for 1 stick. So I add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then two cups of oats. And this topping is really good for like anything. If you just want to do some fresh fruit, if you have a lot of fruit in a can, you can do that too. But you just want to add it all in there. Sorry if y'all can't see. And just stir it till that kind of gets absorbed. And we're going to actually add a little bit more. I am not a cinnamon lover. A lot of people will add cinnamon to this. I'm going to add about another 1/2 cup of oats. And that's only because I added 2 sticks of butter. So we'll keep the recipe at a stick of butter. But 2 cups of oats. I do not like cinnamon, but a lot of people do. So you can add cinnamon to this. I melted my butter a little bit too much. If you don't melt your butter very much, you just barely soften it. It will create like a crumb that will be easily broken apart. But I'm going to leave mine kind of like this because I want it to absorb in that cake mix. But you'll want to leave yours a crumb so it'll kind of just crumble across the top. But I want mine to absorb in the cake mix on the top too. I love yellow cake mix, so anytime I get a chance to use yellow cake mix, I do. And we'll just kind of spread it out. You don't have to really do it perfect. I hope y'all can see this. I'll slide it down a bit. I am trying to also kind of get my camera situation right. Sometimes I have help, sometimes I don't. Just kind of depends. Everybody's busy these days. Y'all know how that is. But all this is super. I try to do stuff. I hardly ever do anything that takes longer than 30 minutes. I've got to do it. So that's it. And we're going to put in the oven probably about 25 minutes just till everything's kind of absorbed. Okay, it's out. I'll let it bubble all the way around. It was in about 25 minutes on 375. So yummy. Super easy. You can add ice cream on top if you'd like. You can add caramel sauce on top. So good. Lots of options with this. Super easy. Hope you enjoy.